So we made it now to Brick City Fighting Championships in New York. Look who we ran into, Hector Castro from MMA Diehards right there.
What's going on?
How's it going, Hector? This is pretty close to home, right?
Yeah, 15-minute drive. I wish they were all like this, man.
Be nice right now. We're still actually waiting to get into the press row, whatever we're doing, because they're doing like 20 things at once, and talking to the press isn't one of them, so we're kind of waiting to get
here, guys.
There we go.
There we go.
You are witnessing it right now live. She is giving us our passes.
Our press passes.
I have no authority here whatsoever.
All right, so we got our wrist passes. There's mine. There's Hector's.
That's right, baby.
Right there.
We are official.
We're official, so we're now waiting to get into the show. We'll let you know how it is when we're done. Any last words, Hector Castro?
Let's enjoy some fights, man. See you guys on the other side.
What's that website?
MMADiehards.com, baby.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, here now with George Sheppard. It's still at Brick City Fighting Championship. George, last time we saw you was M1 Global 4. We're going to talk about that. I just want to check in with you. How are you feeling? Because you know, last time, well, how's it doing down there?
I mean, it was good. It was pretty much good. Like 2-3 hours after the fight, after I got some ice on it. I mean, it was a good fight up until those 2 kicks, man. It's not something you can really come back from. And I tried to, like, I didn't want to end the fight that way. Went to go lift my man up, and I felt pain down there. It just wasn't good.
We actually caught the impact shot. That was straight up Pride style sock kick into your balls. But either way, you're looking good again. What are you going to get back in the ring?
I was supposed to get back in this weekend, but circumstances didn't allow me to. But hopefully I should be competing by the end of the month.
All right, so George, good to know that at least you're back in good health.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. See you soon. All right, still at Brick City Fighting. The show just wrapped up here now with the promoter of the show, Louis Turco. Louis, first night of fights, how was it?
It was exactly what we expected. As shameless as it is to say, we professed that we would bring aggressive fights local and we wouldn't have to travel. And if a fighter was not aggressive, we wouldn't bring him back. Fortunately, everyone was aggressive as planned, and I gotta say the matchmaking was pretty good. I'm a humble guy, I was also the matchmaker, and I gotta say, most importantly, without the assistance of the state of New Jersey Athletic Control Board, especially Nick Lembo, the Deputy Attorney General, this show nor any other show would happen. It is all owed to him. Their guidance, wisdom, and patience in helping us, get going can't be expressed in words. And his entire office staff, they're just terrific.
Now, final night for you here tonight. Tough calls.
I gotta say that Brandon Adamson ran weather.
It was the first night, in fact, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say I like that. That went both ways. Standing on the ground, roll reversal. I gotta say I think that was my favorite. And the 2 guys are really cool. They're good friends, and they agreed for the show to fight each other, and they went in there with a ton of respect, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Well, tonight's fight's definitely delivered. Now, when are you guys coming back is the important question.
We're looking at February. Trying to turn around before Christmas would be hard, and with everyone knows December and January people are saving for or recovering from Christmas and the holidays, so we're not gonna get anything out of there. We're not gonna get anyone to come out in the bad weather. So with the turnaround time from say January forward, we're looking at February.
All right, so February, keep your eyes open, Louis. Great first show.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for the time. That's why you guys are the best. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so we're on the road now, heading back to New York City. We're in the Holland Tunnel now, in fact, so we're basically in New York City after Brick City Fighting Championships, and it was an exciting night for Pete because it was his commentary debut.
That it was. Apparently, Ultimate Fighter veteran. I guess he's now a veteran. He was on the first episode this season. I guess he's still on this season. Jeff Lentz apparently couldn't continue with his duties pretty early on into the night, so I had to take over from the third fight on to the end of the card.
And Garv gave you a rating of a D+, I believe it was. So there's room for improvement. But how do you think you actually really did? Garv was just joking around there, of course.
Yeah,
how do you feel you did?
Whenever I leave a situation, I think, like, where I'm talking for long periods of time, I think I did absolutely horrible. Then when I go back and listen to it, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. So, but yeah, right now I don't have the best feeling about it. I did feel like I stepped on his lines a couple of times. I'm kind of a maniac when it comes to preparation. If there's something that I'm gonna do, like, I really drill it into my head for a while. And with this one, it came on me all of a sudden. I was in a mode where I was thinking about taking notes and not saying a word, and that was a big jump in track. So maybe I just didn't feel in the zone about it. But I mean, it's gonna be on Go Fight Live. You'll be hearing me. So we'll see.
So let's talk about the fights now, because the fights actually were pretty darn great. So Pete, fight of the night for you.
Fight of the night was that third bout. Why am I blanking on the names? It's just been a really long day. There were a lot of ones that I really enjoyed, though. Klein versus Wagner. That was really one-sided for Klein, but it was still very fun. Wagner rocked him really early. Thought he knocked him flat unconscious, so he like stopped and turned away to celebrate. Turned around, realized Klein was still up, and from there, Klein just sort of recovered and dominated. Wagner, it was fun to see exactly how much he would load up on that right, and it was ridiculous. He was holding it down to his waist like he was about to do some kind of comic book punch. Of course, the main event, we got to see Gregor Gracie. It's always great when Gracie actually lives up to the expectation, because it's more and more rare these days. Where you're talking, he hits very hard. It was all very cool. There were a lot of very neat bouts in the way that they played out. Probably have to give it a little bit more thought.
There's a lot of Greg Jackson guys fighting titles. Did all pretty successful. Let's talk a little about the Greg Jackson dudes over there.
Well, yeah, Martinez was something special, man. Just the way he could take down, and Jose Rodriguez is no slouch on the ground. He's really no slouch, and the way that he was able to take him down and just open up his face, like, it was brutal.
That was a nasty cut. Also, as we mentioned before, Turco's favorite fight of the night, the promoter for the event, was the curtain opener. So how do you see that match?
That was a nifty match, but I saw it as really, really dominant for Ran. He ran the offense the entire time. There was basically one explosion where it looked like his opponent Adamson was going to take it back. He really really put out a lot of strikes, did some really good. It was interesting knowing that they were such good friends, because even when friends admit that they're gonna fight, you rarely see them throw with bad intentions early on in the bout. And Adamson was throwing with some bad intentions. He managed to hurt him, but with the exception of one little burst where Adamson was able to sort of take control in the striking, it was basically all Rand takes him down, Rand controls him on the ground, and that's how it works. He was winning probably about 12 to 13 minutes of a 15-minute fight. Like, there was really not too much time that he was worrying. But when it did go back and forth, it was exciting. It was cool to watch, I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't really as close as he made it sound.
We're driving through Manhattan right now, and I guess we're in Soho. From the looks of things, I think we're in Soho. Soho stuff, yeah. So yeah, overall, Brick City Fighting Championships, hit or miss?
No, there were a couple of issues with the actual running of the event, but as far as the matchmaking, that was a definite hit. He got some guys that put on a show.
Yes, fights were good, just the organization and generally getting things done in time. Because, of course, the show started an hour late, as we expected it to do, of course. And, yeah, I couldn't really find a photo spot. It took me a while to get a spot, and that spot was terrible. There are a lot of issues that I hope they work out for the next show. But otherwise, good night of fights, and it was a good day overall. We had, Bellator tryouts in the morning, and we had then Brick City Fighting at night. Two events that I wasn't really too sure how I'd feel about, but by the end of the night, they were actually both pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, they were both really good. Yeah, the only real downside is that it's hard to keep your energy up for that many hours.
Yes, basically we started our day about 9:30, and it's now 12:30 basically. So you do the math, because we're too brain dead to do it. So with that, we're gonna say adieu. Hope you enjoyed our vlog once again. We'll be back sometime very soon. Who knows when? These vlogs are mysterious happenings. They just kind of happen on their own spontaneously. What's that, Pete?
You do realize that it's just 15 hours. Like, it's 12 hours, so you go from
Pete,
like 9 to 9.
Get out of the car.
Just say like 9 to 9 is 12, and then
get out of the car.
Another, so 12 plus 3. Like, you don't have to really be.
Get out of your car and start walking. I'm taking over this now. Get out.
I don't even know how to drive.
Just get out. I don't care. I'll learn, or I'll crash. I'll die trying.
Or die trying.
Yeah, that's our motto. So, go to thefightnerd.com or die trying. And, of course, go to combatsports.com. I plugged it for you this time. I'm such a gentleman.
Well,
and
very nice of you.
Yes, no problem. And we'll see you for the next vlog.